So an online store can be really lucrative, but without a doubt, the most difficult part of making a successful online store is finding a great product. If you have great marketing, if you have great website building abilities, but you don't have a good product, you're probably not going to be successful. But on the flip side, if you're just okay at marketing, if you're just okay at making a website, but you have a great product, you can still have some pretty substantial success. So in this video, we're doing that work for you. I'm going to show you 10 of the best products you can sell online right now. And in addition to that, I'll show you how we surface these products, how we do our research, and how you can find some other products of your own if something on this list is not for you, but maybe you want to find something different. We'll show you the tools we use to find these products. But before we get too far in this video, building a website is still going to be really important. Marketing is still going to be important. And one of the best tools we like to use for both of those is actually the sponsor of today's video, which is BigCommerce. So I'll talk more about them later on in the video, how you can build your online store, how you can really use a lot of tools within BigCommerce to make that more successful. But without any more on that, like I said, we'll talk more about that later on in the video. Let's jump into number 10 on this list, which is actually one of my favorites. This is a huge one. And this is actually press-on nails, which I know sounds weird, but there's a couple things that make this a really great product. The first thing is that it is small. It's easy to ship. You can have a massive inventory if you want, or you can do drop shipping. And either way, it's going to be fast moving. It's a small, easy to ship item. Secondly, it's a very easy discretionary purchase. Somebody could be on TikTok or Instagram or any social media and see it and say, oh, it's only like $20, $40, $60, whatever the price might be. It's not like a $300 or $400 purchase. It's low enough that somebody could just kind of on a whim, impulse buy and order your product. So that's the second big thing. The third one is that it's actually really a great recipe for repeat customers. As people buy your product, if they like it, the nails don't last forever, so they're going to want to get new ones, whether that is very frequently for new styles or less frequently just whenever they have to replace their old ones. It's a great way to get repeat customers, which is going to cut back on your marketing cost because you just send email marketing or text message marketing or just retargeting ads to the same people that already bought. And again, cut your marketing cost, increase your conversions. And really the fourth one is this is something that has a lot of space. You can be more creative and it's not like a salt lamp. Like there's only so many designs of a salt lamp you can really have, but press on nails, well, you can have a lot of designs. The whole point of it is that it is a bunch of designs. So those are the 4 reasons that this is really a great product to start selling. And you might wonder, all right, that's great, but how do I know more people are interested in that and less people are selling that? Well, that brings me to the first tool we want to talk about in this video, which is a free tool. It's one that we love using for pretty much anything in marketing or business in general, and this is Google Trends. So if you think about what makes a good product, you want to have more demand and less supply. That's going to mean that you get better margins, you have more people coming to you, you have an early mover advantage, and looking at Google Trends, press on nails has honestly the most beautiful product graph I've ever seen. It just goes absolutely up and to the right. And this is something that wasn't really that popular until maybe about 2018 it started to take off, and really 2020 is when this started to really blow up. So this is kind of the perfect trend you want to see. Whatever products you're thinking about selling, going on trends.google.com, and I'll link it in the description as well, you can type in what you're looking for and it shows you the graph. You can search for 2004 to present, the past 5 years, the past 12 months, any time span, and you really want to see a graph that looks something like this, because this means people weren't selling this before, suddenly there's a lot of demand, and that means it's a great opportunity for you to start selling this. Now, okay, here we go. I'm getting real excited about press-on nails. Let's move on to the next one. There's plenty of other great ones on this list. Honestly, these are all fantastic things to sell. The second one is a little bit larger, a little bit more expensive, but it's a really popular one among a slightly different demographic, and this is a pizza oven. So if we go back to Google Trends and we type in pizza oven, you'll see this again has a beautiful graph. So pizza oven, you'll see this started off not really that popular, but a really, really steady growth. And then right around 2020, honestly, probably when people got a stimulus check, they went out and started buying pizza ovens. And the thing about pizza ovens is, and I've experienced myself, I don't own one, but everybody who buys one markets it to all of their friends. So if you're able to sell a pizza oven to one person, they're almost undoubtedly going to tell everybody they know to buy a pizza oven. And on top of that, whenever people come over and they make pizzas for those people, they're going to talk about the pizza oven, they're going to show them it, they're going to talk about where they bought it. And again, a great way to not necessarily have repeat customers, hopefully not, hopefully you have good pizza ovens, but have customers refer other customers to you. So you have that strong trend. It's a little bit more expensive to ship, and it's a little bit of a trickier market to get into because you need to either source a pizza oven or figure out how to make your own. But regardless, a lot of demand for this and a really strong market that is on the rise. Moving up to number 8 on this list, this is a very, very long trend that dates all the way back to about the 50s until now and continues to grow and evolve in a very predictable manner, which we think is very strong indication of where this is going to go in the future. And this is luxury dog items. So if you think about pet owners or people that had dogs back in the 50s or the 60s or even into the 70s, look at something like if you ever watch Tom and Jerry, right? The dog lives outside in a dog house on a chain, always outside, doesn't come in the house. That's how people had dogs back then. And then it evolved to house dogs, and then it evolved to now, if you go outside with your dog, a lot of people won't even let their dog lay on the grass. They'll have a special blanket or a bed, or they'll go camping with their dog and have a special cot for the dog. People love to pamper their dogs. And so, again, on Google Trends, if you look up if you just look up dog on Google Trends, you'll see it's on the rise. So people are getting more dogs, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people had pandemic puppies, meaning they're working from home, they have more time for a dog, and they want to pamper their dog. So this one isn't really a specific item. It's a little bit more of a creative field where you can look at what would a dog owner want to have for their dog? What would be like absolutely absurd luxury right now, but people are going to spend more money on that. They're getting pet insurance, they're getting all types of different things. A dog is basically like somebody's child. So think about that. It's really a massive industry, and there's a lot of room for creativity there. Moving on to number 7, this is similar to number 8 in that it's related to people working from home more and also a different style in how people decorate their homes. This one is actually houseplants. Now, actually selling houseplants, you can do it if you want to. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that as the best online business. It's tough to ship, but something that's easier to ship would be houseplant accessories or seeds to grow your own plants. Now, if you go on Google Trends, you can see people had houseplants in the early 2000s. They really weren't that popular until probably 17 or 18. And then in the past year, we had that really big uptrend, more and more people getting houseplants. And again, this is another obsessive cult-like group that people, once they have a houseplant, they're gonna start taking cuttings, they're gonna give them to their friends, other people are gonna get into houseplants, and it's really a strong trend that self-perpetuates. So selling any type of houseplant accessories would be a really strong business model. And of course, on top of that, I would recommend finding something that has a little bit more of a niche that fits in with a specific style of crowd. So there are so many different houseplants. Some people want to just grow herbs that they can eat. Some people want the big, more exotic plants. They want monstera, they want things like that. And so no matter what it is, focus in on that and really join those communities. That's going to be a great way to find, and first of all, what they want, but second of all, to really get engaged and start marketing to these people through groups on Reddit or Facebook or Instagram. The people that are interested in this are very easy to market to because you know exactly where they are. They follow these groups. They're very interested in these groups. And it's not like a pizza oven where it's, some people might not know they want a pizza oven. Houseplant people, they know what they're looking for. Number 6 on this list is one that I've personally noticed a lot as one of my other channels is a tech review channel, and this is actually a MagSafe accessory. So iPhones, the new iPhone 12 and the iPhone 13s, have something called MagSafe on the back, which is a little magnet in the middle that allows you to mount your phone places while it simultaneously charges, and you can put like a wallet on the back of your phone by a magnet. You can use it to mount in your car. There's really endless options for what you can do, but Apple only has a couple different accessories for this. So the fact that you have a magnet on the back, you're able to charge by the magnet, means that you can start selling your own products for whatever you want that are MagSafe compatible. So maybe you get a MagSafe mount for a treadmill. Maybe you get a MagSafe mount for like a bike, like an exercise bike or something like that. There's a lot of different options for how you can charge a phone and mount it at the same time using MagSafe. And again, iPhone is one of the best-selling phones, especially in the United States, and a lot of people don't even realize they have MagSafe on the back. You'd be amazed. I mean, I'm telling you, as a tech reviewer, so many people don't realize that their iPhone has MagSafe. It blows my mind. But it's something that, because they don't know that, that's a really big marketing opportunity. You send ads out to them, you show them that their phone, what they're holding in their hand to watch your videos, to watch your ads, is something that can work really well with your accessory. And again, this is a nice little discretionary item. You could sell things for $10, $15, $30, whatever it might be. And not only could you make your own products, but this is a very easy one to drop ship. You can find other products that work with MagSafe and either customize them or just drop ship them straight up as they are. And you could have some pretty healthy margins there. Number 5 is similar enough to the pizza oven, although it's not an outdoor item. This is an indoor item, and this is an air fryer. Air fryers, especially, check out this Google Trends right here. This is becoming absolutely huge from a health standpoint, but also because of like a flavor standpoint. People, they want to cook with less effort. They want to have healthier food, so they don't have to deep fry their stuff. Not that anybody really deep fries anyway, but they think it's healthier than buying deep fried things and heating it up, which it can be if you want it to be. And it's so easy to clean. So air fryers, again, there's so many different varieties out there. They're easy to drop ship. They're easy to sell your own model of this or whatever you want to do. Air fryer is an easy product to sell on your website. I mean, they basically like didn't even exist before 2016, at least not on Google. And then as you can see right here, a very strong uptrend. More people are buying these. And this is another one that people tell their friends about. I know as soon as somebody gets an air fryer, they tell everybody they know to buy one. Whenever you find a product that's like that, that is a very strong indication that it's going to be a good product because it's new, they're excited, they're telling other people about that, and it's going to be really easy to market your product to people like that. Now, number 4 has yet another incredible Google Trends graph that I'll show you in just a second, but before we get into that one, I want to talk a little bit more about the sponsor of the video today, which is BigCommerce. Now, I've talked about BigCommerce many times on this channel. It's one of the most powerful tools to make an online store, to build out your store, and integrate with a lot of other tools out there, whether that is Facebook ads, Snapchat ads, email marketing campaigns like MailChimp. BigCommerce is right in the center. They make it easy to manage your inventory. They make it easy to track your inventory as well. They make it easy to manage customers, to build out your website with almost no effort at all. And like I said, I have full tutorials all across this channel, really many tutorials. And all you have to do is start off by going to santrelmedia.com/BigCommerce. I'll have the link in the description down below. That'll give you a 14-day free trial, and then after that, there's 3 different plans you can choose from, and it's very easy to scale between them. So you can start with the smallest one just to get your ball rolling here, and then over time, scale up as your business grows. And with each different plan, you have some different benefits with regards to what the pricing is going to be from the back end, as well as the tools that they offer and things like that. So BigCommerce, like I said, super powerful tool. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Definitely be sure to check out that full tutorial after you finish this video. Once you find a good product, once you do a little more Google Trends research, and you're ready to go, ready to start your website, that's going to be a great path for you. So with that being said, continuing on, number 4 on this list is actually matcha, which is really interesting. This is one that is a little bit more in line with health foods or kind of like with teas in general. So I think by now you're probably starting to pick up on the trend of what kind of products we're looking for. And so matcha really checks all 4 of the boxes. The first one being it's small, it's easy to ship, it's pretty lightweight, because people, when they make it, they're adding water, right? So you're not shipping it with the water already in there. It's literally dehydrated. You can't get any better than that for shipping. The second thing is it's a consumable. It's something that people are going to have, they're going to buy more of it, whether they want different varieties or because they ran out and they want more. You're going to have repeat customers, which again makes it perfect for marketing. The third thing is it's a group of people that are very passionate about that. In this case, it's more of a health focus or just teas in general. People love the flavor of that. And so you have 2 different things that are both very passionate. They come together right here. Again, great for marketing and great for people to come back to you again. And the fourth thing is that it has a really big rising interest. As you can see in Google Trends, ever since about 2014, it's been almost perfectly linear up and to the right. And that means that you're going to have more interest. It's a strong trend indicating a very likely possibility that in the next couple of years, this is going to be a really solid industry. And this is kind of one of the best graphs we have out of everything because it's less of a fad. Like a fad would be more of a little hockey stick that pops off in the past year. And this is a gradual growing interest in the United States that, again, is a really strong indication that you might have something that could last a long time as a business. Now, I mentioned that a lot of times you want to find long-term trends that can make a strong business over many years and not just a little fad right now. Like you're not just going to sell one item that's only relevant to this presidential election, for example, unless that's your business model. So number 3 is an interesting one because it's kind of a generic, open-ended kind of business model, which I think is really interesting and not as many people do it as I would expect. And this is print-on-demand mugs, t-shirts, or other items that change almost weekly, or at the very least monthly, based on the major socio-political events or major sports events or something like that. And this is something that, for example, if you've ever seen Barstool Sports, they do this all the time. They'll have new t-shirts like every single week that are very related to who won the last game or what kind of memes are really popular right now on the internet or things like that. And so if you're making things that are funny, and then if you're drop shipping them by print on demand, you never have to deal with inventory. You can change the designs as frequently as you want. People will buy the stuff. They'll be up to date, culturally relevant. You can always have a fun time marketing these based on either a social account. Organic's going to be a really powerful one here, especially for memes or news-based stuff, but also through ads that you target people who are interested in memes or other news-based stuff. So this is an interesting business model. Again, I have a full video on this as well, how to build an entire print-on-demand business. And like I said, instead of choosing a design one time for print-on-demand, maybe your business model is to just always change it. And so, I don't know, that's interesting, but leave a comment if you do this. On what specifically you focus on. I'm very interested to see if you guys focus more on news, more on sports, more on memes, or something like that. Moving on to number 2, this one is going to be, again, a little bit more open-ended. This one's more focused on how to find specific items, and this is going to be, unfortunately, not a single item, but rather a group of items. And this is going to be nostalgic items for millennials. So as millennials, but they have a lot more disposable income than they used to. And because of that, you're going to have them purchasing more of their nostalgic items that were popular in the 90s or the early 2000s. And with that, that's a lot of money right there. Not only can you charge more money for something that was maybe not even that relevant back then, but gives them some kind of nostalgia. So maybe it's like a landline, like hamburger phone that connects by Bluetooth to their cell phone, or you get the idea, something like that. And this is why plenty of other companies, for example, Build-A-Bear Workshop, sells a lot of stuffed animals to millennials. Believe it or not, this is something that was so popular back then that adults want to buy it now, and they think it's a fun way to spend their money. So if you can find trends that were popular in the 90s and the early 2000s and find a way to drop ship them now, and again, you can target based on age with your social media ads, very, very easy to target that group. This could be, again, a powerful business model here. And that brings us to number 1. This one is going to be TikTok trends. So if you go on TikTok and just look up anything like TikTok made me buy it or something like that, these are items that are going viral on TikTok, which means everybody suddenly is going to want to buy it. And because of that, you're not having nearly as much supply. This is something that most of the time was just a small item that somebody found on Amazon. They thought it was cool, and then it blows up because of TikTok. And so if you're able to jump on that bandwagon, granted, you will be changing your business every couple weeks, but there could be a lot of money to be made. This is kind of similar to number 3, except number 3 is easier because that one is going to be more about t-shirts and mugs and print on demand that you just upload a design every week and you're ready to go. Number 1 here is definitely going to be one of the more tedious, more cumbersome ones to actually work on. But if you do it right, you can really make a lot of money on all of these trends. And sometimes these trends can last as much as several months. So for example, if you got on the bandwagon back with fidget spinners, I know this is an overused example, but years ago when fidget spinners came out, if you started drop shipping fidget spinners right away, you could make a lot of money. And so those trends are just accelerating, more and more popping up every day with TikTok and Instagram, but really mostly with TikTok. So I would recommend following some of those trends on TikTok, really looking into like TikTok maybe buy it is a really powerful hashtag, and start targeting things like that. So of these 10 items I talked about in this video, please leave a comment and let me know which one you liked best or any other items that you think might be very popular. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm Mike O'Brien from Santrel Media.